Hello, Brush. My name is Brian, and today we are going to be drawing robot machines. That's right, robots. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to be talking about some of the most amazing robots that we've had throughout the centuries. Are you ready for this? Grab your pens, grab your pencils, and draw along with me if you would like to draw a male and a female and a dog and a bird and stuff like that. Just some robots, basically. We're gonna draw a robot family with a house in the background. It's gonna be fun. So, as with all robots, they're gonna have some nuts and bolts and some weird ears and kind of these can heads, okay? All right. So let's talk about WALL-E. If you don't know who WALL-E is, well, WALL-E was created in 2008 by the director Andrew Stanton. Ambitious, daring, incredible, a work of art. Pixar's loftiest film, yet happens to be all of those things and more. And this is from PasteMagazine.com. What other famous robots are out there, you say to yourself? Well, Bending Rodriguez from Futurama, 1999. Creator Matt Groening. Voice John DiMaggio. Made in Mexico, Bender is a sociopath of steel, iron, titanium, lead, zinc, dolomite, and nickel, of course. But he really just wants to be a folk singer. Of course, you cannot forget R2-D2 from Star Wars, one of the most famous robots of all time. I love R2-D2. Beep, bop, boop, boop, beep. George Lucas created 1977 actor Kenny Baker. There was a guy inside of that robot acting. How crazy. Well, it's true. My absolute favorite, Data, Star Trek The Next Generation, 1987. Creator, Gene Roddenberry. The fictional creator, Dr. Noonien Soong, which was his dad, basically, in the movies and in the series. The actor, of course, Brent Spiner. He was also on Independence Day, one of my favorite movies ever. Alright, so we're gonna move on to HAL 9000. Most of you out there, I'm guessing, are too young to know who HAL 9000 is. HAL 9000 was created in 1968. Creator, Arthur C. Clarke. Voice, Douglas Rain. If you've never seen a SEMO, well, you should. It's the Honda robot, created in 2000. And it's a pretty cool robot, even since it's 18 years ago. Wow, that's crazy. Well, it was really a one of its kind. Honda wasn't kidding when they named this astronaut-looking creation Advanced Step in Innovation Mobility. So if you think about it, that's the name. Pronounced Ashimo. This is the robot we all wanted as a kid. Oh yeah. What other robots? Oh, the Terminator, 1984. Creator, James Cameron. Actor, the Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Governator. Get down! Okay, I'm not very good at that, I know. But, of course, it was the Schwarzenegger who was the Terminator. Doctor Who's K9. 1977, created by Bob Baker. Voice, John Leeson and David Brearley. Can you think of any other robots that are amazing? I can. Why? Because I have a list on my phone. That's how. Look how the drawing is coming along. It's really starting to look good, isn't it? I like how it looks like she's got like a bow on her head and there's sprockets everywhere and we're making the guy's head on the other side. It's really cool. Well, if you remember the Jetsons, Rosie. What year do you think that Rosie was created? 1962. William Hanna and Joseph Barbera, of course. And the voice was Jean Vander Pyle. Of course, we have to mention the Roomba, the vacuum that I actually have. What will we do without iRobot's Roomba? 2002. 16 years ago. Has it been that long since they created the first Roomba? I guess it has. Now we have to do an honorable mention, Optimus Prime. Transformers 1984. I was born in 1984, and all the best stuff has come out in 1984. Now, that's my personal opinion, and it's also a fact. Hasbro and Takara Tomy were the creators. Can we forget? No, we cannot. The Iron Giant. When my kid was like 3 years old, he loved the Iron Giant so much he would jump into pools and go, Hogarth! Creator, Ted Hughes. Director, Brad Bird. Voice, you may not actually know this, but Vin Diesel was the voice of the Iron Giant. The Robot, Lost in Space. How could we forget about The Robot? So that show came out in 1965, and the creators were Robert Kinoshita and Irwin Allen. Actor, Bob May. I love that show. I still love that show. It really kind of inspired me to just have a greater mindset, I think. Science fiction, and it was such a good show. Do any of you remember the actual, 1965 show? Have you ever seen it? Or have you ever seen the 90s movie? I believe it was 90s. Maybe it was early 2000s. I think it was 90s. Lost in Space, the movie. That was a good one. How about Short Circuit's Johnny 5? 1986. Oh, look at this dog that we're creating. Isn't he so cute? He is. Now, Ratchet and Clank has to be mentioned. Clank from Ratchet and Clank. I still play this game every once in a while with my son. Mostly on my PlayStation 4. 2002, created by Insomniac Games. Voice, David Kaye. I suppose we have to say and talk a little bit about the Energizer Bunny who keeps going and going and going, just like my son. He won't stop. But I would consider him a robot. 1988. That's when the Energizer Bunny first came to be. The creator, DDB Chicago. Now, I wouldn't mention this, but I actually watched the movie recently, so I have to mention Aliens Bishop. So a pretty big part of the Aliens movie was Bishop, and he was a robot created in 1986 by James Cameron. James Cameron has a lot to do with robots, doesn't he? Do you remember RoboCop? Remember that big robot that likes to shoot everybody? Not RoboCop himself, but the big robot. 1987, creator Paul Verhoeven, Edward Lumiere, and Michael Miner. How about Rock'em Sock'em Robots? That was the funnest game and still is the funnest game to play. I need to buy me some Rock'em Sock'em robots again. Their heads would pop up when you'd hit them, and you'd click the buttons and try to beat each other. Well, anyways, that's about it for us, guys. Look at this drawing. We have a little bit of coloring to do, not a whole lot. Let's fill that in so we can go ahead. Draw the background to whatever you please. You can even do a solid color for the background. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here and watching this and possibly drawing this with me. If you'd like to see other videos, make sure you stick around, hit that like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.
Ha 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 ha!